If you ever wonder how you can import STL files or other 3D scans within CATIA 3D Experience, let's take a look at how we can do that. So I'm currently over here within CATIA Part Design, and as you can see, if I will click on this plus button over here, I have the possibility to import. In this case, I will import external content from a file. And over here, I can change through various file formats. So we see over here, step file. We can also have that STL file. So CATIA has a lot of file formats that can be imported. But as we're gonna scroll over here, we're gonna see that the STL, which is quite common, especially due to, let's say, the popularity of 3D printing, that will not be available over here. So we have the IGS, which will also include some surfaces, but STL file, as you can see, won't be over here. So in order to import the STL file, you need to do the following. Initially, you will need to swap the workbench. So within CATIA Part Design, you can directly import STL. So you're going to go over here. You're going to type in digitized shape preparation. And with this workbench loaded, keep in mind that this is at the same level with Part Design. So they are compatible. Now, if I'm going to click on the plus button, over here where I have the import, I can click on this arrow. And initially I only had CATIA file over here, but now I also have digitization file or large digitization file. So in the case for an STL, click over here, afterwards over here where it says import a file. I know that the UI is not that intuitive. It's quite weird that I need to click over there, but that's how it is. And over here, I'm gonna search for that 3D model. So let's say Spark 3D AT&T. I'm gonna load it in. I'm gonna click OK. And now we have the model ready to be loaded. Keep in mind that for STL files, you need to pay attention to the file size. So the dialog for import will now open. I have over here a check. In order to accept, I can expand this and I can see that I have the model. When I'm gonna click on OK, now the import dialog will appear. So in this case, this model was created using generative AI. So this is Spark 3D. If you haven't seen my previous video, I highly encourage you to do that. So let's say that I want to scale this and import it at 1, but the file unit will be set in this case to meters. Keep in mind that generative AI models will have to initially be prepared to be brought at scale, because otherwise you will have problem further ahead. So you can still scale them within CATIA. And we now have the model loaded. And as you can see, I also have the ambient change over here. So you can right click, you can go to ambience, and I currently have this indoor. So if I'm gonna rotate around, the AT&T generative AI 3D scan model will look like this. As soon as I'm gonna stop rotating the camera, those shadows and ambient occlusion will appear. And the model looks really good like this. If I'm gonna zoom in like this, it will not be at the scale with the background, but if I will only show the floor, it will look like this. Okay, so this is how you can import the model. As you can see, this will be loaded as a mesh, but now if I wanna go within Part Design, I can easily do that. I can go over here, type in Part Design, and I will still remain within the same file. This is because this is at the same level. So digitized shape editor and Part Design are at the same level over here within the part. So they will be included within a product, but you can swap between those workbenches just like within CATIA V5. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this kind of content. I'm gonna position a similar video on the left side, and I will also add a subscribe button to the right. So that's it. Thanks for watching.